Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. As always, I'm your boy, Matty Best, joined, as always, by Big Al Better. Big Al, how are we doing tonight?
Doing well, Matt. Doing well. We've got Bills, Dolphins on deck. Thursday night football should be an absolute banger. Week 3 starting off. Matt, what are you looking forward to in this game?
Well, I'm looking forward to see if we ever get to see the Dolphins win the game. The 0-2 looked terrible. Well, they didn't look terrible. They looked a little bit better than they did against the Colts week 1. Week 2 looked a lot better. Patriots still beat them. Patriots also looked terrible week 1, so maybe it was just two bad teams going up against each other. Maybe that's what we got. We'll see how they do against the Bills. Obviously, division. But at the same time, too, I mean, it's the Bills who've just been kind of steamrolling everybody that they played against. Except for the Baltimore, obviously. But that's, one of the best teams in the AFC. So it's one of the best matchups, through the hardest matchups they're going to have all year. So, we'll see what the Bills do here in this game. I'm looking forward to see the Bills just kind of destroy the Dolphins, though, like we've been seeing. So,
Absolutely. Guys, if you're new to the channel, welcome on in. This is Beat the Book. We do sports betting here. We give you guys over-under spreads in these videos. We go through the over-under spread. Matt and I each give you our picks. Then we jump into a 3-pick parlay. And then we close it out with touchdown scores. We give you guys 3 touchdown scores. We like to score touchdowns in this game. And then we get you guys on your way. And then we have a Sunday video where we go through teasers. We have our locks of the week. And then we give you guys a touchdown score parlay and a prop parlay. It's a pretty big video. It's our biggest video of the week. It's always like our best one. We go through a lot of insights and matchups we like. So anyway, for this video, we're just going to break down this game and give you guys our thoughts on it. So for this one, we've got an over-under set at 49.5 for the game, which is pretty stinking high. And then as far as the spread goes, it's minus 12.5 right now. I get these numbers from DraftKings, shop around, find the best lines. The Bills are favored at home, minus 12.5. Dolphins obviously plus 12.5 on the road. And like Matt has said, Dolphins have not won a game yet. They got murdered by the Colts 8-33 in week 1, and then they lost whatever it was, 27-30, I believe, on Sunday against the Patriots. So with that being said, Matt, what are your thoughts on this game? How do you see it playing out? And what are your picks for the over-under and the spread?
Okay, so first off, I want to preface this just by talking about the Bills here for a second. So we saw them play against the Ravens. Defense didn't look that great. Kind of gave the Ravens everything. Ravens were able to get everything that they wanted to. Then we saw them last week against the Jets team that we thought was going to be really good this year because of how week 1 went against the Steelers defense that was also really good. So with that being said, I'm not sure what we can take away from the Bills except for the fact that their offense is really good. I'm not sure how we should rate the defense when we saw a different looking Justin Fields, a different Jets team week 1, and then last week we see them kind of, you could say maybe it wasn't good defense, maybe they just are the Jets. So I'm not exactly sure how to rate their defense. So with that being said, I'm going to trust the Dolphins to put up just as many points as they did last week, which I want to say was like 27. Yeah, so Dolphins were able to put up 27. If the Bills win this game, we're getting an over. So I'm going on the over, and the Bills, as we know, are just a buzzsaw on offense. So give me the Bills scoring at least 30 in this game, and hopefully the Dolphins just get up to 20. That's all that we need. And yeah, there you go. When it comes to the over-under,
You mean to the spread?
or yeah, to the spread, it's not a tough one. It feels like it's a tough one just because of how many points it is.
Yeah.
Right, 12.5 is a ton. Divisional game. But we saw that last week in the Bills. They covered in that one too. The spread wasn't as high, but they would have covered a 12.5 spread in that game too. So give me the minus 12 on the Bills.
Wow.
I'm done not trusting Josh Allen in these games. So give me the Bills. Give me Josh Allen. I'll take the minus 12.5. I think 12.5 is just it's a lot of points, and I want to take the Dolphins, but I haven't seen enough of the Dolphins to take it.
Makes sense. Also, you got to remember, Justin Fields got concussed in the second quarter, I believe it was. Missed the rest of the game, so we don't even really know. I don't know who the Jets' backup is because I stopped watching that game because our bets were dead. But as far as this game, I am going to be with you on the minus 12.5. It feels like a massive number, and all I'm going to say about it is sometimes when it's too good to be true, it's just too good to be true. So you just, like, the book made it that big hoping, I think they made it that big hoping you take the Dolphins because you're like, who would bet this spread? I think you just have to bite the bullet and you just take the Bills. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the minus 12.5. It's a massive number for week 3.
Yeah.
But they did just torch the Jets. And the Dolphins got torched by Indy. And if you think the Bills are a better team than Indianapolis, then how do you not?
To win this game by 12, yeah.
Right,
sure.
as far as the over-under is concerned, I'm going to be on the under. We saw the Dolphins play the Bills, I believe it was last year in week... It was either last year or 2 years ago. They played, and the Dolphins they were 2-0, and the Bills are 2-0, and the Bills went in there and killed them like 42-10 or whatever it was. Now that would be an over, but that's not the point. The point is, as far as the covering the 12.5, I'm not worried about the Bills covering it. I feel like they've just owned Miami. So give me the 12.5, and then I'm taking the under just because I don't trust this Dolphins team at all. I don't think they're going to show up. I don't think they're going to score points. So give me an under. It's too big for me. So I'm going to stay under this, and those are my two for for those picks.
It makes sense too, because if you don't trust the Dolphins at all, and you're like, okay, and you do trust the Bills defense,
I don't trust the coach.
and you're like, hey, Bills defense is good this year, and obviously against the Ravens, any good defense can look bad because they are the Ravens. They can do pretty much whatever they want to. And it was also the first game of the year,
right?
A rematch, so revenge, stuff like that. But yeah, if you don't trust the Dolphins, you can see the Bills score 40 points in this game. Dolphins have 7 or 6, and that's all you get in this game. It's only 46.
I don't think the Bills need to. I don't think they're going to score 40. I think they're going to be at 30.
You think?
And 30? I don't trust the Dolphins to get 20.
Okay. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the picks for the game. We'll jump here into Al, and we'll start with you. We'll jump into your 3-pick parlay first.
Okay, sounds good. I'm gonna go with. I kept it pretty simple. I got 2 Josh Allen. I'm all Bills here, by the way.
Well,
Screw the Dolphins.
You just said you
don't like him at all. I'm taking Josh Allen, 25 plus rushing yards. He's done this in both games. I expect him to do it again. His line set a little higher than this. It was at 26.5 when I looked earlier today. It moved to 28.5 by the time we're recording this. It's going to be probably 32.5. He's averaging like 40-something a game. I almost took 40, but I was like, I don't need to risk anything. This is 25 plus rushing yards. It's a little minus money. I think it's minus 144. Next, we're going to take Josh Allen, 240 plus passing yards. This Dolphins pass defense is allowing 10 yards per reception to wide receivers. With Khalil Shakir, Keon Coleman, the running back, James Cook, I think Josh can throw for 240. So give me Josh for 240. Obviously, he went off like a mother in that game against the Ravens. And then against the Jets, he didn't need to. He threw for, like, I think 180. But I like Josh here for 240. It's a slightly plus money play. And then my final pick is going to be Keon Coleman, 4+ receptions. This is a plus 114 play that I'm throwing in here. Keon Coleman in the first game had 8 catches, and then last week, when they didn't need him at all, he had 3 catches. So I expect him to get to 4. He seems to be a focal point of the offense. This thing pays out plus 525 right now over on DraftKings. Could not be happier with it.
There you go. I like it. It's going to be a little bit more than mine. I like the fact that you just stuck with the best player on the team, right? Or the best player in the game. You're like, I'm just going to go Josh Allen. We're going to take rushing yards. We'll take passing yards. And it is a divisional game, too. And obviously, like you said, he didn't have to do a lot in that game. But do you think he's going to have to in this game? Like, why do you think that's going to happen and it didn't last?
Because they're going to get to 30 points and he's going to throw.
Do you think he'll throw them to 30 points and then they'll just run the rest of the game?
I think he's going to pick up a couple scrambles for 25 yards, and I think he's going to throw the ball over the top for 10 yards to every single throw, which means he just needs to complete 24 passes.
And he gets it, as long as somebody just doesn't take it to the house.
And I'm sure someone's going to take it 20 yards, 30 yards.
Well, especially against the secondary, too, which is just atrocious, like you said. So,
their best players.
I do like Keon Coleman, too. He's going to be in mine, so the 4 catches, I like that. It actually kind of plays right into what you just said, where every pass will be 10 yards. And you got Coleman, 4+ catches. We'll start off with that one. Obviously, it'll look a little bit different on here, but we're going Keon Coleman, 40+ receiving yards. I love Keon Coleman in this one. He's like the number 1 receiver when it's not Shakir's day. I just love Coleman. I think Josh and him have a good connection too. So we're going Keon Coleman, 40+ receiving yards. Next, we're going James Cook, 15+ receiving yards.
Let James cook.
Let him cook? Why not? Okay. Russell Wilson, he was like, hey, let him cook. You know, Russ is in the kitchen. No. James Cook's a little bit better in my opinion. Now, next, we're going Jalen Waddle, 50+ receiving yards. I'm sorry. The parlay pays out plus 470, as you guys can see on the screen. But when it comes to that Jalen Waddle pick, I was so hyped this week, or this year, going into the season that, hey, Tyreek Hill's going to be back. He's going to be great. He's going to do his thing, do whatever he wants to. And he just hasn't. We haven't seen him. We don't like him. We're going Jalen Waddle. In my opinion, he's the best receiver that they have over there on the team. And I think the Dolphins will be able to get yards, whether that leads to points or not. I do think they can still get to 20. But even if they only get to 14, they're still going to be throwing the ball. They're still going to be trying. They're not going to be running the ball a lot because the Bills are going to take an early lead, I think. So, backs up against the wall, I think Jalen Waddle can pretty easily get that 50 yards.
Okay. You do know that Tyreek led the team in receiving last week.
Yes, I understand that, but
106.
Yeah, but he didn't have a touchdown, did he?
No.
Waddle.
But you're not taking a touchdown here. You're taking 50 yards.
No, I understand that, but how many yards did Tyreek have?
106.
And how many did Waddle have?
Didn't look.
Over 50.
Didn't care.
It's still a plus money play. I like it a lot.
Okay.
Or it's a very minus money play. It's like a minus 110. So.
Okay.
But it's right there on the cusp, and Waddle is good for 50 in my opinion. But we'll move on to touchdown scores.
Okay. I got 3 for you guys, like I said at the start of the video. I've got Keon Coleman. He's been a focal point here for both of us. I like him to get in the end zone. He did score a touchdown week 1. Last week he had a really quiet week. Like I said, the 3 catches for 29 yards. I expect him to bounce back here, especially against this soft defense as far as the secondary goes. So give me Keon Coleman at plus 160. Second, I'm going to take Tyreek Hill. He's not scored a touchdown yet. I expect him to get in. Waddle got his last week. Let's get Tyreek Hill in there. He's also a plus 160. And then my final pick is going to be James Cook at minus 185 to get in the end zone. He scored both weeks. He had 2 last week. You just blindly bet it. It's almost like Derrick Henry, except for Derrick Henry didn't score in week 2. But it's one of those plays like with a Saquon or a Derrick or a Josh Jacobs, 11 straight games at this point. You just take him, you trust it, and it cashes. Now, is it juiced to frick? Yeah, it is. It's minus 185, but you just look at it as a dividend, and you take your little 50%, and you say, thank you so much for playing. I'll catch you guys next week.
Did you ever look at the number for Josh Allen?
Minus 150, I think.
Yeah, minus 160. It's just crazy. But like the book also knows what we know, where it's like with those two guys, you blind bet them because if they get right there, like
Josh
4-yard line. No, I know. So
you don't blind bet.
So you don't blind bet him this, or I guess last week. Last week's an anomaly though, but it's because like they actually instead of him like QB sneaking.
Yeah, James Cook was 1 touchdown less than Derrick Henry last year, so you just blind bet him.
That's true. All right, I'll jump into mine. We do have 2 of the same. I'll preface it with that. We've been kind of lockstep on these primetime games, in my opinion. I got James Cook and I got Keon Coleman.
Wow, you took a minus.
I took a minus 185. I know. Okay, before you freak out.
This guy last year. Oh, I don't take these super minus 1. I want the plus 200, plus 300. Okay, go ahead.
But you're also trying to give out winners here too, and that's something that I didn't do. I was looking for like, my reach play of the week or whatever, and I'd always give like a plus 300, plus 400, and all you have to do is hit on 6 of those a year, and you pretty much make your money back. So it was good, it was fun, but I don't even think we hit on 6 of them. So we're just going with what we know. So James Cook, obviously Keon Coleman, and I'm going also. I'm not taking Tyreek Hill. I wanted to take Hill, wanted to take Waddle for back-to-back games for Waddle. Just didn't trust it.
Yep.
So I'm going to take the guy that I do trust. I'm taking Devon Achane at plus 120.
I knew you were going to take Achane.
Did you?
Yep. I almost wrote it down preemptively. At what? Plus 1 what?
Plus 120.
Plus 120. I thought about taking Achane. I just don't know. The Bills' defense is really good, and I think if they get behind, they're not going to be throwing they're not going to be running. They're going to be throwing the ball.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, give me Hill to get a 1 broken coverage.
That's all you
get
need.
Behind the defense, and he scores. Also, the fact he didn't score last week, the longer he goes without scoring, the more I want to bet it. And I bet him every week so far, and it's not made me money. But
Tyreek Hill's a plus 160?
Yeah.
I mean, I get that, like, the book's going to look at that and be like, the talent of Tyreek Hill is so good, and, like, Tyreek Hill is such a good player. But at the same time, too, dude, he hasn't been scoring. Can we get that number juiced a little bit?
Yeah, why is it not 260?
Yeah, can it be juiced a little? At least at 200, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't scored at all. Like,
Agreed.
It's probably because he had a good week last week, and the book knows it. And the book's like, hey, we don't have to juice him because people are going to bet him because he had over 100 yards receiving.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we've got for you guys in this video. Like I said, we've got our Sunday video coming out soon, so keep your eyes peeled for that one. That'll be out on Friday morning. And then obviously we got Sunday night, we got Monday night. As always, thank you guys so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it. Please like and subscribe. We'll be here all season long. Matt, you got anything else to say to the fine people before we get them out of here?
Go Bills. Hopefully the Dolphins look good. And,
can you say it like you actually are a fan of the team?
What, of the Bills?
That's not their saying. They don't say go Bills.
What are they? Bills Mafia, rise up!
No.
Like,
let's go Buffalo.
Oh, see, I'm good. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not a fan. I am a fan of the player. I'm not a Bills fan. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, don't get it twisted here. But yeah, just remember, guys, protect the bag, beat the book. You can't bet if you don't have any money left. So that's why we always say protect the bag. And ultimately, we're all trying to beat the book here. So until next video, we'll catch you guys in that one Sunday.